All right, let's talk about Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. But we're not just going to recap the plot today. Nope. We are diving deep into the film's philosophical heart to tackle its biggest question. What's humanity's real reason for being here?
And this idea, it's basically the launch pad for our whole analysis. It frames the huge crisis in Interstellar not just as some environmental problem, but as a crisis of the spirit. The film's message is loud and clear. The second we stop looking up at the stars, we start to die.
So, first things first, we've got to understand the world that gets this story going. It's a society that has completely lost its way, and it's not drowning in water. It's drowning in dust, and it's drowning in despair. You know, what's so powerful about the apocalypse in this movie is that it's quiet. There are no giant asteroids or alien invasions. It's just this slow, agonizing suffocation. Humanity has turned its back on the stars, and now everyone's just staring at the dirt, trying to farm, just trying to survive one more day.
So you see, this dying planet, it's really just a metaphor for a dying spirit. This is a world where kids are taught in school that the Apollo moon landings were faked, where being ambitious is seen as a total waste of time. The movie is basically screaming a warning at us. The real problem isn't the blight killing the corn, it's the blight killing the human soul.
And right into this mess, this world with zero hope, walks our hero, Cooper. But his mission, it's not some fun space adventure. It is a deep, painful, and almost impossible personal sacrifice. But here's the thing about Cooper. He's not your typical action hero who never breaks a sweat. He's a dad, and his real fight isn't against the insane gravity of some distant planet. It's against the crushing weight of the choice he has to make right here on Earth.
And the film just hits you with this gut punch of a question, and it's a really tough one to answer. Is it noble to leave your kids behind to save all kids, or is it just selfish? Cooper's entire journey is just him wrestling with that awful question over and over again.
So this is the tug of war inside him, right? He's being forced to pick between two of his most basic identities. He can be a father or he can be a savior. And by choosing to save humanity, he has to give up being a dad, at least in any way he's ever understood it.
But you know, the real villain in this movie isn't a person, and it's not some alien monster. It's something way more relentless, way more unforgiving. It's time itself.
And this, for me, is one of the most brilliant parts of the whole film. They don't just use Einstein's theory of relativity because it's cool sci-fi. No, they use it as a storytelling weapon to cause the most emotional pain possible. Every single minute Cooper hangs around a planet with massive gravity, he's losing years with his kids back home.
And that's not just some abstract number, that's a lifetime. When the crew spends just a couple of hours on that water planet, decades fly by on Earth. He gets back to the ship and has to watch 23 years of video messages. He sees his kids grow up, start to hate him, and then just move on with their lives, all in a few minutes. It is absolutely devastating.
And that's the absolute brutal truth the movie lays bare, isn't it? We can build these incredible starships that can cross galaxies, but we can't build a single thing that erases the pain of all those lost moments, of a life you didn't get to live with the people you love. Every big choice has a cost.
So all this pain, this cost of time, it all leads us to the film's most controversial, most out there idea. And honestly, it might just be its most important one. The idea that love isn't just a feeling, but a physical force in the universe.
See, in Interstellar's universe, love isn't some fluffy thing that gets in the way of science. No, it's the thing that actually guides it. The film presents it as the one thing that can reach across dimensions, the one variable in the equation that pure logic can't figure out, but can't win without either.
The point the film is making is that our biggest breakthroughs, they don't happen when we choose reason over emotion. They happen when we finally figure out how to put them together. The final solution to save humanity isn't just math. It's powered by the unbreakable bond between a father and his daughter, stretching across time and space.
Okay, so we've got all these pieces. A dying Earth, sacrifice, time, love. How in the world does it all fit together? Well, the film's ending pulls it all together with this stunning, elegant twist that connects every single theme. Remember they? The mysterious beings who put the wormhole there, who guided Cooper through that crazy tesseract? Well, it wasn't aliens. It was us. A future, evolved version of humanity, reaching back through time to give their own ancestors the one tool they needed to survive:
Humanity saves itself.
And what this does is create this perfect, mind-bending loop. It's a classic sci-fi idea called a bootstrap paradox, where something exists without ever really being created. Humanity survives because it will survive, which sparks a sacrifice that's guided by love, which leads to a discovery that lets the future save its own past. It's wild.
So in the end, that's what Cooper becomes. He's the link. He is the ghost in his daughter's bedroom, the connection between a desperate past and a future filled with hope. His sacrifice wasn't just for his own kids, it was for every generation that would ever exist.
So, what's the real takeaway here? What's the film really trying to say? I think it's that survival isn't about choosing one thing or the other. It's about putting them together. It's when we combine our knowledge with a sense of responsibility, and when we guide our science with love, that's when we find a way to make it through.
So when you boil it all down, the core messages of Interstellar are all woven together. Progress always comes at a cost. Time is the most precious thing we have. And love is what gives those sacrifices meaning. We are all connected, the past and the future. And the choices we're making right now are literally creating the world of tomorrow. And that brings us right back to where we started. The whole film is this epic, incredible answer to the question of how humanity might survive. But it leaves us, the audience, with a much deeper, much more personal question to think about. What's our reason for surviving at all? What's our why?